I'm Corey Miller. Speaking of warm and fuzzy, let's really do this right. Okay. Ooh. Would you look at that? That seems about right for tonight, Christmas Eve, right? Enterprise Center was rocking on Saturday night for Game 3. That was until halfway through the first period when a play in this goal crease knocked the Blues starting goaltender out of the game and possibly changed the trajectory of this entire series. As you can see, a lot of people filing in here already. EJ has a huge support system of friends and family. Right now with the latest mock drafts, he's projected to go somewhere between 18th and 25th overall in the first round. With photographer Bob Hain from Belleville, I'm Corey Miller. Frank will send it back to the station. All right, that'll do it for us from downtown on opening day. I'm ready to go inside and get myself a hot dog. I don't know about you.
I'm ready to go warm up.
All right, Hannah, we're gonna send it back to you so we can warm up and get something to eat. And if you think this league is unlike anything you've ever seen, you'd be right. These guys go all out. A decade ago, a NASCAR Cup Series race coming to St. Louis looked like a wild dream. But today, that dream became a reality at Worldwide Technology Raceway and capped off the craziest week of motorsports in St. Louis history. The competition was fierce until the 15th tee, where Egan stepped up, teed off, and went directly into the water. Lyon seized his opportunity. How did this all come about? How did you become an honorary captain for the All-Star Game? 2 months ago, we put Art's original story from 1986 online, and it now has 370,000 views on YouTube. It's a testament to this unique moment in time's place in St. Louis sports history. Cardinals turn to what they do best in Game 2 for much of this season. It's been their pitching staff. And for 15 years now, it's been their gladiator behind home plate. I saw somebody commented asking if there's any suspensions tonight. No, there's not. And in fact, the Blues are getting a player back from suspension. Ivan Barbashev is back on that fourth line, and that's going to be a big addition.
The other side is almost as good as that one is.
I have no room to criticize Adam Wainwright's gift wrapping ability. Great game there. Let's go over to CBC. Another great game. The Cadets trying to return to the state championship, taking on Lee Summit North. Low scoring first half. Patrick Hyder finds his guy, Jeremiah McClellan. We've seen that a few times this year.
Yep.
Nice play into Summit territory. Then on fourth down, Hyder's going to do it himself. Sneaks into the end zone for the score. CBC up 7-3 at that point. North's going to drive as the half winds down. Big hit. Watch this, Ahmad. Here it comes. Justice Johnson puts the hit on the receiver.
You know, sports are competitive by nature. From a young age, we're often taught that winning is the most important thing. But 2 young cross-country runners from Southern Illinois recently shared a moment that showed what sports should really be about. Our Corey Miller has the story.
How was your day at school today? Good. Nice.
7th grader Anna Florzik can navigate the halls at Breeze Elementary pretty well. But if it were up to her, she'd be outside, navigating a cross-country course instead.
Go for a run this weekend?
Yes. We need to because I'm out of shape right now.
Don't let her modest demeanor fool you. Anna knows what she's doing out in a race.
You know, she's an easy person to coach. She definitely just knew everything about the sport.
I think I'm okay.
But she does admit to a love-hate relationship with practicing her hills.
Like every time we do hills, all I want to do is go home and sleep, like the rest of the night.
Lately, Anna hasn't been getting recognition for her running prowess, but instead for her act of kindness. Let's go back to the state meet at DuQuoin, where Breeze was taking on competition from all over Illinois.
Go Anna! Go Bobcats!
And the DuQuoin course is a doozy.
I've walked this DuQuoin state course. You start off right up a big hill, and for these little kids, it is a struggle.
But in the heat of competition in the biggest race of her life so far, Anna spotted a runner from another team who was struggling. She didn't hesitate. Anna knew she needed to help.
She said that she was struggling a lot and she needed her mom and she needed to, get some help. And I kept telling her that it was okay, you could push through it, and that I've been in the same place that you are. Once you're in that place, in that moment of that race, it's so hard to finish that race whenever you think that you can't make it.
That's when an onlooker captured this photo, a total stranger encouraging her competitor so she could finish too.
I just saw that a person was struggling, and I didn't see what team she was on. I didn't see, anything specific. I just saw that she was struggling, and I would do that for anybody at any race. I would just help them. It made me feel good because most people don't want to do that. They're more worried about themselves, and it made me feel good. I would have probably quit, and, well, I'd probably try to quit, but she really helped me want to stay at the race.
Both girls did cross the finish line, and the story of Anna's kind act found its way around both schools. And Anna and Caroline finally got the chance to meet properly.
I like science and social studies. Yeah, those are my favorites.
And the pair is hoping others can follow in their footsteps by promoting kindness to whoever might need it.
Just to be kind, and it's really not that hard. It takes minimal time, minimal effort, but it really does help people and it makes their day. Whenever people are kind to me, it definitely helps me become a better person and makes my day. If people tried to be kind all around the world, this world would be so much better.
Anna and Caroline exchanged phone numbers after they met so they could text back and forth, and Anna's mom told me they both felt as if they had always been friends. For Sports Plus, I'm Corey Miller.
This past week, we had the anniversary of the Monday Night Miracle, 36 years ago, if you can believe it. Well, May 15th is also a notable date in blues history for a very peculiar reason. For that, we bring in our Corey Miller.
There are quite a few notable photographs in blues history. Some that bring up some not so great memories, thanks to Bobby Orr, and others euphoric, like this one. And then there's this photo. It's a picture from 38 years ago today that's become folk legend in St. Louis. So I set out to investigate the curious case of blues fan Ozzy Osbourne. When it comes to turning on a crowd, there aren't many better in rock history than Ozzy Osbourne. From his Black Sabbath days to the solo success, and even that bat incident, he's a beloved figure among heavy metal fans.
He was unpredictable, you know, and that's what people loved about him, you know, the godfather of heavy metal, Prince of Darkness.
But this English rocker is beloved in St. Louis, too, for one very specific reason. And to get the STL scoop on Ozzy Osbourne, there's really only one place I could go.
All right, Learn is next. Favad saying so long, farewell.
If you've seen his reality shows, you see also how lovable he is, you know. That anybody who's ever toured with him in his bands, they just love Ozzy.
I'll never forget from when he said to me, he goes, Favaz or Favaz. What a weird name, man.
Now, back to that infamous photo. It's 1984. Ozzy is in the middle of his Bark at the Moon tour. Our town is no stranger to big names back in the day, and Ozzy played here twice, including on May 3rd. At some point during his time in St. Louis, Ozzy acquires that classic blues shirt. On May 15th, 1984, Ozzy's playing in Memphis, and a night on the town goes off the rails.
80s Ozzy was when he was, you know, fueled by alcohol and drugs, and just about everything that you've read or seen or heard of is true.
Ozzy was arrested by Shelby County Police for public drunkenness after being found staggering on Beale Street at 12:30 a.m. wearing that blues jersey. And with one snap of the camera, a St. Louis folk hero was born. The Ozzy mugshot is on t-shirts. It's a popular profile picture during blues playoff season, and it even graces the walls at various establishments in town. Even the Blues themselves embrace the Prince of Darkness's connection to the franchise, with Ozzy cheering on the Blues during the 2019 Stanley Cup run. So even if Ozzy's hockey acumen may be non-existent,
Zero. Zilch. Doesn't care. He just had the shirt on, that's all.
his wild night in Memphis left a mark here in St. Louis.
He has this cool image about him, you know, and he always is going to have that, you know. So yeah, I think St. Louisans have a lot of respect for Ozzy, his music, and him as a person, and Ozzy the character.
To have Ozzy wear your hometown hockey team's your shirt or whatever, even if it was a mugshot, it doesn't matter. It was just really, really cool. It's one of the greatest shots of all time.
We finish up tonight with the More for Less remodeling, Frankly Speaking. And a word about St. Louis, my hometown. Specifically, how St. Louis loves its own. Pat Maroon could win his third Stanley Cup in a row tomorrow night, and people here will rejoice as if he won it here. Our area is sending a dozen or so athletes to the Olympics later this month, and we'll rejoice in them too. Every single member of our sports department is a born and raised St. Louisan, and it shows in the care that's taken with every piece of content we create, because it's our town. I like to say that St. Louis is the biggest small town in the country, and that, more than Provel, what high school you came from, or how much you love toasted ravs, is what makes this place truly special.